how do you, in your consulting, make sure that you're uncovering really the soft underbelly, the true issues that are affecting customer retention, customer acquisition, you know, customer awareness, all these sort of things?
Yep, yep. Absolutely. Again, a lot of when I engage with folks, I ask all the questions. And it's one of those things where they go, "Wow, Dion, you're always asking us such great questions." I'm like, "I know, it's amazing." And we even have a mastermind group at Revenue by Design we kicked off earlier this year, and we just met yesterday morning with our executives. And that's exactly it. We turn everything into a question first and foremost.
Yeah.
And the other component in talking with leaders and even teams is a couple of things. One, I always talk about our sales with soul methodology,
Mhm.
meaning there's nothing wrong with making money. If you're a for-profit business, you're kind of supposed to.
Yeah.
However, revenue is a result. It is a lagging indicator. And people, we sometimes forget that because we really like the achievement of sending the invoice, getting paid, and all that good stuff, right? But it's a reminder that revenue, getting paid, is a result of everything that went before it.
Mhm.
So, as you can probably surmise, I'm a big fan of perspective and level setting, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's just get our mind in the right spot.
Yeah.
And then to your point, from there, when I talk about sales with soul, which is our methodology, is do we have the infrastructure in place and the strategy, the infrastructure, the tools for our teams to be successful?
Right.
Have we engaged with enablement? Do we have product marketing? Have we done sales enablement sessions with our teams to recognize what's happening? Do we have the right sales journey internally that matches our customer journey? So
Mm.
that's where we go through all these questions, and not to make it sound overly complex and all that good stuff. It's a very simple exercise of if this, then that.
Right.
Great. We want to increase revenue. Who are we calling? Do we have a list of people? Do we know what they want? Have we gotten with marketing to understand the different signals we have? There is so much technology out there that totally invades our privacy. There is no such thing as making an unknowledgeable call.
Right. Oh, I totally agree. How often do you find, you need all these, these insights, these inputs, these key indicators to make intelligent recommendations for a client? How often do you find that they don't have enough of it internally, that you actually end up having to go outside externally? Certainly, the easy one is to talk to customers, but
100%.
really research beyond that, you know, uh, product, are they in problem market fit? Do they still need to remain there, or do they need, are they really ready for product market fit?
Correct. Yeah.
Or is it that they've got a negative reputation surrounding a couple key personnel or a part of the product, and that's really, causing them not to be able to
Yep. Yep.
catapult the growth? I mean, just so many different things.
Yeah.
Review
Yeah.
sites. I mean, all these sort of things that you can really find the additional research that's needed. So I guess to rephrase the question, how often do you get exactly everything you need internally versus having to go out externally to back up or find more?
Yeah, I think it's going to depend on the company, right? Because sometimes, and this is where, to your point, the messy middle is different for everybody because companies are made of people
Right.
and we all have different experiences. We all have different strengths. We all have different thought processes. We all prioritize things differently. And it takes a really mature organization to recognize that to grow and go fast requires structure. And one of the things I share with folks is there's a difference between agile and ambiguous. There's before COVID, money was cheap and it was the growth at all costs. Now we are not in that phase. We are
Right.
not in that movie, right? And so now we're in a scenario where it is about measured, steady, sustained growth and being smart. And recognizing that there is no overnight sensation, that the only thing that grows overnight is a mushroom.
Mhm.
Giant oak trees take years. So if you want to build something sustainable, be the acorn in the oak tree, not mushroom going and growing in manure.
Right.
So I think it just depends. And I think it starts with, the ebook we have for everybody today is that identify, specify, execute book, where when we think about our initiative and there are a list of questions to ask. So to your point, we might be able to start. I don't believe in waiting until you have everything to go. That we're not making a cake where if you don't have eggs, it's not going to turn out. So there's things that can happen in tandem while you're doing other things. So for example, if it's we want to grow revenue or we're going to implement a new tool, we want to ask ourselves, where are we starting, and get specific. So we need to identify, where am I starting? What do I have? Do I already have something in place? What is my change management strategy? Like we need to think about people, process, technology, to use the Drucker terminology, before we start implementing. So
Right.
identify what's our initiative, what questions do we need to ask, do our information gathering, and then get really specific. And that helps mitigate the issues found in the messy middle.